Have you guys ever wondered about a scenario where a superhero went back to the past? If so, then this is a story about Universe 711, about a hero who is familiar to everyone. The story of the amazing Spider-Man.
In a peaceful night, without anyone knowing, Spider-Man continues with his usual daily patrol over the city, swinging up and down, right to left, jumping from house to house. The amazing Spider-Man keeps an eye out for robbery and thieves. And this time he helped the police catch a group of notorious thieves whose plan is to steal valuables from cargo crates in the port. As usual, Peter Parker made short work of the evil group, and he left the thieves for the cops, who soon came to the scene and arrested them. After this, Peter came back to his apartment through the window. Then he started to remove his suit, feeling exhausted. He cleaned himself up, preparing to rest. Then suddenly a scream broke the silence in his apartment. It was from his aunt. Worried something dangerous had happened, he quickly ran to the living room, in the middle of which lies a weird, ominous, strange portal with Aunt May looking shocked by the sight of it. Peter quickly came to check the portal out, and then suddenly he felt that he's being sucked into it. Without a second to waste, he turned his suit back on and glued his arm to the wall so she wouldn't get sucked by the portal. He then tried his best fighting against the suction, but it was futile. Spider-Man was pulled into the portal, and the last thing he heard was his aunt shouting his name. He fell down to an unfamiliar jungle with a slight headache, confused and dumbfounded. He started to investigate his surroundings and realized that he is enclosed by trees and jungles. Instinctively, our Spider-Man climbed up to a tree to get a better understanding of his current situation. After a while, he heard someone talking. The voice soon got closer and closer, which made Peter curious. Coming around the corner, Peter suddenly heard some loud shouts in the distance. Peter took a closer look in that direction. What landed into his view was a platoon of soldiers, armed with old weapons which have USA insignia, leaving him surprised. He looked around to see what's happening. Near a broken wooden house were some young men who wore conical hats with a distinctive black camouflage outfit. Peter smelled something fishy and quickly followed them. The group of men finally stopped, discussing for a bit. Then they decided to toss the bags over there. Unsure of the situation, Peter hesitates. However, he quickly jumps into conclusion that those supplies were stolen. Without any hesitation, he quickly jumps into actions, subduing the men. Suddenly, a radio transmission brought the whole platoon to a halt. Getting closer to check it out, bewildered by the scene, the soldiers stood in shock. Horrified by the scene, Valley still had to get over it and order the troop to take hostages back to the base. In the distance, Peter looked around the tree lines and watched the troops. Then he decided to follow them back to their base. At the base, Peter was interrogated for any ill intent. All they found him was just an odd-looking clock. Having found nothing dangerous with doubt, they called Captain Valley for permission. Captain Valley gave approval for Peter to stay. In a few days, Peter gained the platoon's respect by helping the troops with chores. However, a man named Lucas, whose pride was hurt, jealous of Peter gaining all the respect he yearned to earn, but he couldn't. So he decided to challenge Peter to a duel. Wouldn't take no for an answer, he went for the first strike. However, Peter quickly evaded and knocked Lucas out of conscious. After the fight, he went to confront Captain Valley about the rumor of prisoners' execution. He tried to talk sense to Valley, but it was useless. Captain Valley dismissed Peter, telling Peter that he knew nothing. After all, Peter wasn't one of them in the first place. The day finally came. Not being able to extract any useful information, the prisoners are led to the execution site. But then, Peter came back suited up, breaking the prisoners free. With contradicting thoughts, Peter chose to stay in the woods to evaluate the situation. He was approached by a little girl named Mi, who invited him back to the Vietnamese camp. Peter was taken care of by the Vietnamese troops, the people who he rescued earlier. The next day, the camp was under attack by the US Army, led by Captain Valley. The gunfight broke out. Peter was urged by Mi to escape with the rest of the group. On the way to retreat, the deafening sound of a tank shell rips through the battlefield, right at the fleeing group. The shell explodes, sending shrapnel flying everywhere, hurting both Peter and me at the same time.